Hi there, this is Don Zico again. I'm starting these battle reports up because I just got back from a 2-day independent grand tournament, the Brawler Bash in Raleigh, North Carolina. So it'll be a total of 5 games, and I hopefully have enough pictures for all of them. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be round 1. It's a Dawn attack scenario played against Warriors of Chaos. So I'll start with his deployment. It's pretty simple. His army consists of 3 blocks of troops, 2 big units of Chaos Warriors, one with swords and shields in the Mark of Zinch, the other with halberds and great weapons in the Mark of Zinch. Then a unit of 20 Chosen with his Battle Standard Bearer, and 2 War Shrines, and a Sorcerer Lord on a disc. So on his right, he's going to have the Sword and Board Warriors, then the Chosen in the middle, both of his War Shrines kind of around the Chosen, and he put his Lord on a disc and his other warriors over on his left flank. So my battle plan going in is basically to try and slow him down and shoot him and weaken him with magic as much as I possibly can before getting into close combat, because, this is a Chaos Warrior army with 3 big blocks. It's very dangerous. I don't really want to fight that in a straight fight. And in particular, I'm going to focus on his Chosen as much as possible until he gets the 3+ ward save, since his War Shrines are going to be cycling through every turn of the game to try and get that. So, starting on the left then, my deployment, I'm going to have Shades and Dark Riders that have vanguarded and scouted up the left flank. Then I have my Black Guard on the left of my line with my crossbows to their right. I put my bunker with my level 4 mage with using shadow magic and the dagger behind that. I have my Cauldron Battle Standard Bearer behind my crossbows. Then on my crossbows right, I've got my Horde of Spearmen. And over on my right flank, I've got my other unit of Dark Riders, my Hydra, and my Cold One Knights. And my thought there was that the Dark Riders will hopefully be able to hold up and slow down those Chaos Warriors enough that they'll basically be out of the battle for a while, since they're so far out on the flank, and that'll let my Knights and my Hydra hopefully hit the flank of his Chosen. So, on to turn 1. I get first turn, and I'm basically going to move up my Dark Riders and my Shades on my flank. I'm going to advance my Black Guard and angle them slightly, hoping to possibly get a flank charge on one of his units. I'm going to run up my level 2 mage in hopes of, so that she's in range of Searing Doom on his units. And then coming across on my right flank, my Knights and my Hydra are going to move up, so that, hopefully they can get in the fight on the flank of his heavy stuff. Then in my magic phase, I'm going to get an Irresistible Force cast of the Withering on his Chosen, which will kill something like, I get the small detonation, so I lose something like 6 warriors, and I reduce their toughness, I want to say by 1. And then in shooting, I'm going to kill a few of his Chosen. I think it was like 4 or 5. And that will be it for my turn 1. So that brings us to Chaos turn 1. He's going to turn his rightmost unit of warriors to threaten my Shades and my Dark Riders. He'll advance with his Chosen. He'll advance with his warriors on the flank, and he's also going to move his sorcerer on a disc up. Now, I don't remember what buff he got from his War Shrines, but he did not get the ward save, and his magic was basically inconclusive. So that brings us to Dark Elves turn 2. So, Dark Elf turn 2. I'm going to basically continue what I've been doing. The Shades dance out of the charge reach of the unit of Chaos Warriors threatening them. My Dark Riders swing around the back. I'll pull my level 2 back into a unit to be a little safer, keep maneuvering my Black Guard around the flank. And then on the right, I'm going to pull my Cold Ones back to ensure they don't get charged by his warriors. But my Hydra is going to run forward because it's close enough to get a good flame attack off on his Chosen. I've come around to thinking that you really shouldn't wait for a perfect shot with the Hydra's flame attack. You only get it once, and I think your priority should be to make sure that it's on a unit and strength 5. And, if you're putting a Hydra out in front of the other guy's army, yeah, the Hydra will probably die, but it's going to take a lot of guys with it, and it's only 175 points. So that's basically what I'm doing here. I figure the Hydra will kill some Chosen, it'll get charged by warriors, it'll die, but it'll take a bunch of warriors with it, and, I'll come out ahead on that. And that's pretty much what happens. I don't remember if I cast the Withering successfully or not, but either way, between crossbows and the Hydra, I'm going to drop his Chosen down again, and that'll pretty much be it for my turn. So that brings us to Chaos turn 2. Now, I realized when I downloaded these pictures onto my computer that throughout the tournament, even in the first game, and it gets worse as I get more tired and stressed as I go along, I just didn't take as many pictures as I should have to make it clear. So I apologize for that, and I'll try and talk you all through the gaps pretty well. Anyway, so this is Chaos turn 2, and basically what he's going to do is he's going to advance his Chosen and his sword and his shield warriors. His other block of warriors is going to charge my Hydra in the flank, and then he's going to swing his level 4 sorcerer on a disc behind my lines. Then in his magic phase, that lord on a disc behind my army is going to cast Gateway on my sorceress's bunker unit. And I think it was a choice of either scrolling it or letting it go, and I decided to take the risk and let it go, and I got lucky. He rolled something, I think strength 4, so he killed a few more warriors. That unit's getting real small, but I didn't instantly lose my general, who is a level 4 mage, which was nice. Then the combat with the Hydra goes pretty much how I expected. I get hit in the flank, I kill something like 4 or 5 Chaos Warriors, he puts a wound on the Hydra, I stay put. And that brings us to Dark Elf turn 3. So here's the board at the start of Dark Elf turn 2. I mean, again, I'm pretty much just sticking with the game plan here. I'm going to keep trying to whittle them down. So I think I shuffle my Black Guard around a bit. I keep moving my Shades to make sure they're in a good firing position. Same with my Dark Riders in the back. My Dark Riders on the right, I'm going to move sort of in front of my Horde in hopes that, you know, maybe he'll charge them and I can flee and leave him open for a counter charge. And my Coldwell Knights are going to maneuver in hopes of coming in on the flank of that warrior unit to save my Hydra. In my magic phase, I don't know exactly what buffs I cast. I think I just dropped the toughness of his Chosen by 1 again. But what becomes more significant is that I'm concerned about how small that bunker is getting. So I use the Shadow Magic lore attribute to switch places to put with my level 2, so that my level 4 is going to be in my crossbows, and my level 2 is going to be in that now 1 strong bunker. And between shooting and magic, I keep whittling his Chosen down. By the end of this turn, I think he's down to the character and 4 guys in the unit, so that's really getting to be much less of a threat than it was at the start of the game. In combat, unfortunately, my Hydra gets a couple more kills, but it fails its break test and runs, I believe, or maybe it just gets destroyed. I'm not positive, but either way, my Hydra ceases to exist, and that's where that unit winds up at the start of Chaos turn. So that brings us to Chaos turn 3. This is where the action really starts to heat up. Basically, he declares charges with everything. He's going to declare a charge with those warriors against my Dark Riders, and they flee and successfully get away. And then his Chosen, one of his War Shrines, his other unit of warriors, and his Lord on the Disc all declare charges against my crossbowmen. And everything except for the Chosen is going to get in. So in combat, my crossbows are going to lose like 10 models. I think the warriors kill my sorceress, and then the crossbows break. They don't get run down though, so his Lord, as you can see, his warriors overrun into my Cauldron of Blood, and then his War Shrine and his Lord are just kind of hanging out there. So, on to Dark Elf turn 4. Now, I've just lost a unit of crossbows and my level 4 mage, which I guess is bad, but I mean, that was the initial charge from a Chaos Warrior combat army, and it could have been a lot worse, and I still have all my combat units in action, and he has really dangerously overextended his both of his Chaos Warrior units. So I don't have pictures of it, but what happens is my Coldwell Knights hit the flank of the warrior unit that failed to charge on his left, that failed to charge against my Dark Riders, and my Black Guard hit the flank of the warrior unit that is in combat with my Cauldron of Blood. I also bring my warrior horde around, and I'm going to rally my crossbowmen and continue shooting up his Chosen. So the end result of that is that My knights are going to do a bunch of damage to his warriors and just stay stuck in combat. And the combination of my Blackguard and the Cauldron are just going to crush these warriors. I think I kill something like 10 of them. I take away Steadfast, they lose by a whole lot, they break. I run them down, and overrun with my Blackguard into his War Shrine. So on Chaos turn 4, he's going to countercharge me. The remnants of his Chosen are going to hit my Blackguard the flank, and his Sorcerer is going to charge my rallied Crossbowman unit. And I think he moves around a little bit with the other War Shrine, but to no real effect. So the result of that is that we're just going to be stuck in. And everything's stuck in combat. He's basically he's whittling down my crossbows real fast. My Blackguard take a lot of casualties, lose and stay put. And my Cold One Knights are just chewing away at his Chaos Warriors on the right flank. So then going into Dark Elf turn 5, I'm going to charge the War Shrine with my Warrior Horde, basically to get them into action somehow. Nothing much really is going to happen with magic or shooting because so many things are involved in combat. But basically the combat with the Chosen and the Blackguard is going to continue, and his Sorcerer is going to finish off my Crossbowman and reform. And this winds up being really important. He's going to reform to face my Cold One Knights, who are in the process of winning combat with his other unit of warriors, because he's thinking that he wants to run in with that mage and get a flank charge to rescue them. So on his turn 5, he makes that charge. Now, there's not really any other movement going on. I think he shuffles a War Shrine, but who cares? And the big combat in the middle is going to continue, but, and this is just huge, my Cold One Knights finish off the warriors, and then they don't take any casualties from either the warriors or the sorcerer's attacks, which means the sorcerer loses combat by I think 2. He takes his break check and he fails. And the knights don't run him down, but of course, because this is happening on his turn, I'm going to get a turn before he has a chance to rally, which means that basically that Sorcerer Lord is doomed. And that's pretty much the ball game, but we've still got a little bit more. So that brings us to Dark Elves turn 6, and this is where I put the nails in the coffin. My Cold One Knights are going to charge his still fleeing sorcerer. He automatically flees from the charge. I run him down. Then I don't have a lot of other movement or anything, but in combat, I forgot to mention this before. His Chosen finish off my Blackguard last turn, and they reform to face my Cauldron and my Sorceress and the one guy left in that Spearman unit. Well, in my turn, I throw all of the dice I have into Searing Doom on his Chosen unit. I get it with Irresistible Force, and I kill his Battle Standard Bearer and the Standard Bearer for his Chosen unit. So he just has his champion left. Now, admittedly, that's a 600 victory point champion, but it means that his General and his Battle Standard and both of his Chaos Warrior blocks are down. So there's just no way to get over this victory point margin. So that's how it goes. On his last turn, he's going to charge and kill my level 2 and that small unit of warriors, but it's not going to be enough. So that's the game. It's a Dark Elf win. I didn't get my... there's an option where we had sort of specific objectives we could fulfill. I didn't get those, but that's still 18 battle points out of a possible 20 in round 1. It's a good start to the tournament, and on to round 2. Thanks for watching.